Hi everybody, I'm Christy Wilhelmi from Gardenerd, and I've been running across a similar problem when I meet with clients and students about planting things in the allium family. So I figured it's time for a video about that. So things in the allium family are your red onions, your brown onions, and your green onions, and also shallots and garlic and chives. Anyway, different things. But when you buy seedlings in a 6-pack like this from the nursery, there's a trick to planting them right. And when you go to the nursery, they're not going to tell you this, so I am. Here's how it goes. The problem that I run into a lot when I show up at people's gardens is that the client or the student has taken the 6-pack, a single cell from the 6-pack, and they've plopped this in the ground. And the true thing is there are about, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, there's about 15 to 20 seedlings in this single cell. And if you're growing brown onions or red onions or white onions, you need to break them up before you plant them. So let's talk about how to do that. The first thing you're going to do is get, I don't want to say a little rough with it, but you know. So you'll take your seedling and you will just work the soil off into a container. See how I'm doing this here? And you can see the roots start to expose as we get all the soil off. And then you're going to do what I call the little dance. You take 2 seedlings, one here, and do the little wiggle dance until they come apart all by themselves. Lay those down. You're going to do that with each one of these. You're going to just tease them apart until you have single single seedlings ready to plant, and the roots will come with it. You don't be aggressive. Rather than muscling through it, you're going to be gentle and wiggle them apart and allow them to come apart on their own. That's what onions want to do, and they will if you just keep doing this. So as I take this apart, you can see they are all coming apart really nicely. Now, the older that seedlings are, of course, the more difficult this may be. You can even dunk the seed cell in the soil all the way, just drop it in water, in a bucket of water, and work it apart then. And then you'll end up with all these nice individual onions that you can plant on their own. Now I'm going to show you how to plant them singly so that they actually have enough room to bulb up. Hi there. So there are 2 ways that I like to plant onions and green onions once you've separated them in their seed cells. Here is the first way. Simply dig a trench in your bed and lay the seedlings about 3 to 4 inches apart, depending on how big you want your bulbs to be able to get. And lay them in the trench, just like this. Doot, doot. Come here, you. And then you do the squeeze. Boop. And once they take root, they will right themselves and you'll know that new growth has started. That's one way to do it. Let me show you another. The second way I like to plant onions is using a square foot gardening or grow biointensive method, which means you're drilling holes and plugging them in either in offset or hexagonal rows or 16 per square foot. 16 per square foot is the square foot gardening method, and hexagonal rows is the grow biointensive method. I'm going to show you square foot gardening just because it's really clear and easy. So here's what you do. So let's say this is our square foot here, all right? We're going to drill 16 holes. 1, 2, and I should have watered first because then the holes actually stay when you drill them. But I'm drilling really deep because I'm going to put roots all the way down in there. So drill your holes first, because if you don't, you're holding your plants and then you have to deal with it. And you know, time is of the essence. So drill your holes first, then transplant. Okay, so now take your seedlings, drill, drop in, tuck it in, cover it. Drill, drop it in, tuck it in, cover it. You get the idea. Over here, drop it as far down as you can inside the hole to get the roots as straight down as possible, and then tuck it in. There. And for the sake of doing this all the way, this is very loose soil. We have very sandy soil here. Every single onion is spaced equidistant apart, so it will have the room it needs to grow. So there you have it, garden nerds, the right way to plant onions and green onions so that you get the results you want. For more information about growing onions, visit gardenerd.com. And if you like this video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe so that you'll find out when our next video comes online. Consider becoming a Patreon subscriber to support all the work we do here at Gardenerd with our videos, our podcasts, and our blogs. Happy gardening!